Ever wanted to use milk as fish bait? Well, now you can. 64% rarity chance increase? Whoa! Ooh, sorry about that. Okay, in No Man's Sky Aquarius, you can go fishing. You don't have to play the expedition for this, and you can use almost anything that is usable for cooking in No Man's Sky as bait. Some of the things you can use give better results than the new lures, and I'll show you exactly what they are. This whole fishing thing surprised me too, and I'll elaborate on why towards the end. GoodGuysFree here, let's get started. There's only one piece of technology you need in order to go fishing, a fishing rig. The fishing rig is actually a multi-tool enhancement, a tech module you install. To get it, go to the anomaly and speak to EOS, the multi-tool specialist. Ask to research multi-tool upgrades, and you can buy the blueprints for a fishing rig for 1 nanite. But why call it a rig when it's a fishing rod? There's a simple answer, but hang on. Will this price stay 1 nanite? I don't know. When you buy it, you immediately get the blueprints for several fish bait types, and each has their own uses. We'll get to that shortly, but in short, you can fish with no bait. The use of fish bait does exactly what the bait says. Insert bait or lures to attract specific fish or to improve catch chances. As you can see, this shows the improvement in catch rarity, improvement in catch size, and there's a place for notes. This will show when a certain type of bait or lure is useful for attracting specific types of fish. Did you notice there's nothing about the improvement of the chances to catch? I guess the chances are not changeable. Back to the rig rod question. I think they call it a rig because you rig your multi-tool and it's not a separate device. If they called it a fishing rod, it would seem awkward that you install it in your multi-tool, no? What do you think? So how do you use this new rig? I'll explain the full mechanics right before I dive into the different lure types, but before we do that, let's talk about the second new piece of technology, the Exo Skiff. This is a fishing platform that you can use to fish from. Here's what it says. Exo Skiff Deployable Fishing Platform. A deployable static platform, allowing the user to comfortably survey the seas in any weather. As well as providing a steady and easily accessible fishing spot, the Exo Skiff also features abundant cold storage, granting additional space to store your catch. The Exo Skiff is so called since it is a technology module that you install in your exosuit, and not a vehicle. It does not have a geobay like the Nautilon and other exocraft have. You can summon it using the quick menu in a similar way to the way you summon a trade rocket and other things. Except you must summon it on water. Duh. Okay, fishing mechanics. To start fishing, you need to be close enough to water. Use the control to switch multi-tool weapons, tools, until you see fishing rig and you see the fish hook. Notice the word bait. It says no bait is being used. Point to a location on the water and click. Now you wait. If you look closely, you'll see fish coming towards the hook and sometimes they touch it. At some point, a fish will catch and you will need to reel it in. Check your controls. On PC, it's holding down the left mouse button. Hold until you get the fish. Notice that fish rarity is marked with classes. C, B, A, and S, just as you'd expect. The rarer the fish, yeah, I don't believe I just said that, rarer. Okay, the rarer the fish, the more units it will fetch, when sold of course. If you don't reel it in, it will break free and you will lose it. I also noticed that many times a fish will catch the hook for a short time and leave. And it looks like if you immediately try to reel it in that short moment you will catch it. But I'm not 100% sure about this. Let me know how this works for you. To use any kind of lure or bait, open your quick menu and scroll all the way to the left to the fish hook icon. When you catch something new, it will get recorded to your wonders. You can open this and see which of the 168 types of fish currently in the game you have already caught. Another thing I haven't figured out is why this thing says 100%. There isn't something you can recharge here. Maybe there is something to recharge when we get the special rig at the end of the expedition. Or maybe it's just a future thing. Maybe Hello Games will add new types of fishing rigs with specialized abilities that will require recharging. What do you think? What would you suggest? The skiff. Use the quick menu to summon it and then board it. You can use this thing here to recolor your Exo Skiff. To access the cold storage, you have these two boxes. They access the same storage, of course. But notice that you cannot access it if your multi-tool is set for the fishing rig. Switch to a weapon or mining beam and the interaction circle will appear. Thanks to Beeblebum, we also know the Exo Skiff is movable. When you're in the skiff and you resummon it to somewhere else, it will slowly move to the new spot. You can see this as I am standing motionless and the scanner distance keeps rising. Okay, bait types. The 6 different types of specialized bait are mealworms. This is the basic lure. It improves the catch rarity by 20%, the catch size by 2%. Spicy chum. This is the advanced lure. It improves the catch rarity by 54% and catch size by 2%. Dangling orb. This is used to attract diurnal fish, fish active during the day. It improves the catch rarity by 24%, the catch size by 2%. Shadow lure. This is used to attract nocturnal fish, active at night. It also improves the catch rarity by 24%, the catch size by 2%. Magpulse lure improves the catch rarity by 24%, the catch size by 2%, and is specially made to attract fish that love storms. Bionic Lure. It says it's a specialist lure designed to vastly improve the size and rarity of your catch, of particular interest to anglers seeking legendary fish. And indeed, it improves the catch rarity by a whopping 64%. However, you can see this only improves catch size by 2%. Bug? I've tried many different foodstuffs, but far from everything. I can't cook every recipe and check, that would take days. Still, I did notice some interesting combinations, and I created a Google Sheet that you can open, link in the description, and see the stats of 64 different lures. The best lure I found was purged ribs. It has a rarity improvement chance of 21%, but a size improvement of 56%. Notice that it is good for nighttime fish. The best general lure I found is Pilgrim's Tonic, with 30% rarity improvement and 42% size improvement. As I said, I tried different types of milk, despite the realism breaking part. The surprising one was bone milk, giving 51% size improvement and a significant 21% rarity improvement. I also tried eggs, also a bit realism breaking, as I don't see anyone punching an egg with the fish hook, right? Anyways, creature eggs gave a respectable 23% rarity improvement and 20% size improvement. Feel free to submit more stats and I will update the sheet. The best way is to DM me a screenshot on Discord, otherwise just comment or DM me on X. Lastly, as promised, here's my take on this. It feels like a very small thing to add to the game, and I really loved what Beeblebum said in his livestream when the update dropped. I hope I'm not misquoting here. When the space game you play adds a fishing simulator, you know this game has reached a point. A point. Do I like it? Well, if you ask whether I like that they added it rather than some other stuff, not so much. Why do I think they did it? I think there's a good answer and a real answer. The good answer is like Sean said, it's something they wanted to do for a long time. The real answer? I think they really wanted to test out Light No Fire's fishing code. Do I like fishing in the game? Here's what I recently answered to a comment from one of the viewers. When first asked, I said it's dumb and who wants that? But every time I catch a fish, I find myself casting again to see what I get next. So I guess I like it. So, if you found this useful, hit like and consider subscribing. GoodGuysFree here, and I'll see you again soon.